Hello everyone. Uh, this is the continuation of linear equations, which is the topic of algebra. So in last lesson, we have solved few questions related to linear equations. In this lesson, we will continue solve some more questions, which might be different from the ones which we previously solved. So in question number one, the equation is given, that is x plus 2 divided by 4 equal 4x minus 7. So the question is solve. This is the question. Just one word is written, solve it. So actually it means find out the unknown value in the equation. And the unknown value in the equation is x. So we need to find out x. In order to find out x, we need to remove all other numbers to the other side. We need to shift all other things to the other side. So you will again apply the same rule. We will shift numbers to one side and we will shift the variables to another side. So first of all, we need to remove this 4, which is in division form. So what we can do, we will multiply 4 both sides. So when we multiply 4 here on the left side, this 4 will cancel out with that denominator 4. So we have actually removed that 4. And we will also multiply 4 to the right side. So it's here. So now it would become x plus 2 will left on left side, and we will multiply this 4 inside the bracket. So it will be 4 times 4 is 16x, and 4 times 7 is 28. Now I will shift this 28 to the other side, and I will shift that x to the right side. So when I shift this 28 to the left side, so it is negative 28. When I shift it there, it will become positive 28. And when I take that x to the right side of the equation, it was positive x. So here it will become negative x. So 20 plus 28 is 30. And 16x minus x is 15x, right? So now we need to find out x. So therefore we will divide both sides by 15 when we do that. So it would become 30 by 15. So x is equal to 2. This is the answer. And this is what we need to solve. So x equal to is the answer. Similarly, this is the second equation. Okay, all the equations which you can see on the screen, all of them are linear equations. In the last lesson, I explained you that linear equation is that equation where the variable power is 1. So you can see the variable power is 1 here. It's 1 here, it's 1 here, it's 1 here, 1 here. Okay, it is 2 here, but we will solve it on a linear basis equation, a linear basis form. So therefore, I have included this equation here. This might be a bit confusing, but we will come to this one. Question number 2. In this one, you can see 2 and 3 is in the denominator. First of all, we need to remove this. In order to find out x, the equation is solve. The question is solve. So in order to find out x, we need to remove this 2 and this 3. So this is only possible when we multiply both sides by 6, because this 2 can be divided by 6 and 6 can also be divided by 3. Okay, by the way, how I got that we should multiply by 6. You just multiply this 2 with that 3. So we got 2 times 3 is 6. So therefore multiply both sides with 6. So 6, I multiplied this to the left side and I have written that thing on its own place. Then 6 and that thing, this fraction on its own place. Now this 2, it means 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 well left, okay? This is 6. When you divide that by 2, we will get 3. So 3 will, you write 3 over here. Now you will multiply this 3 inside the bracket. So 3 times 3 is 9x and 3 times 5 is 15 equal. Okay, 6 divided by 3 is 2. What we got 2 here. So you will multiply this 2 inside the bracket. So 2 times 4 is 8x and 2 times 10 is 20. Now again, we will apply the same method. We will take the variable to one side and we will take the numbers into another side. So here I want to move this 8x to the left side. You can see the arrow. And I want to move this number to the right side. So 8x is plus here. When you shift it here, it will become negative 8x. And it is plus 15. When you shift it to the right side, it will become negative 15. So 9x minus 8x is x. And 20 minus 15 is 5. This is not 15, this is 5. So 5 is the answer. This is the answer. Okay, so question number 3 is more similar. Like question number 2, but the difference is that here you can see there is a number after equality. And both the fractions are on one side, on the left side of the equation. So here we will multiply by 15. How I got that we should multiply by 15? Because you multiply 5 with 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. So therefore you will multiply both sides by 15 in order to remove 5 and 3. Okay. Why we are multiplying with 15? Because we want to remove this 5 and this 3. So I have multiplied 15 over here, 15 here, and 15 on other side of equality. So this is equality and this is addition in between. Now this 15 divided by 5 is 3. So we got 3 here. 15 divided by 3 is 5. We got 5 here. And obviously you'll multiply 15 times 14 is 210. Now 3 is left here. So you'll multiply this 3 inside the bracket. So 3 times 3 is 9x. And 3 times 4 is 12. And here 5 is left. So 5 times 4x is 20x. And 5 times 1 is negative 5. And 14 times 15 is 210. Now we can add these two. As we have studied this rule, we can add the x term with the x term. We can add common things. So 9x plus 20x, so it would be 29x. And 12 minus 5 is 7 plus 7. And you will write 210 on its own place. Now I want to remove this 7. So I will shift this to another side. It will become, it was plus 7 here. When we shift it to the other side, it will become negative 7. So 210 minus 7 is 203. And 229x were left here. Now I want to find out x, so therefore I will divide both sides by 29. So this 29 will go down. So 203 divided by 29 is 7. So we got x equals 7. So this is the answer. And this is the solution. Question number 4. This is another question. Now it looks like this is not a linear equation, but we can solve it on this linear method equation. So therefore I have mentioned this equation over here. But there are different quadratic equation which cannot be solved by a simple linear equation. There are different methods for that. We will solve quadratic equations in just after maybe 2 to 3 lessons. We will start that, and I will explain you there that there are 3 methods to solve a quadratic equation, by factorization method, by quadratic formula method, and by completing square method. So these 3 methods we will apply to solve quadratic equations. We cannot solve the equation by just 1 minute, please. We cannot solve the method by, like, we cannot solve quadratic equation by simple linear method. So therefore we have to follow this. So you can see over here, this is okay. So question number 4, 2x square plus 8 equal 80. So now after this, we need to find out x. Solve. This is the question. So you will shift this 8 to the other side. So it will become 80 minus 8. So 80 minus 8 is 72. Now we will divide both sides by 2. So divide both sides by 2. So it will become x square equals 72 by 2 is 36. So now we got this thing, but actually we need to find out x. So therefore we have to take the square root. So this is a new method which you have learned at this point, that when if you want to remove this square, you take the square root both sides. So this square will cancel with that square root. So x is equal to plus minus 6. And remember, when you take the square root, we will always write the answer in plus and minus form. Okay, I will explain you this point some another one of the lessons. Okay, in coming lessons, we will write plus and minus 6. So this is the plus minus 6 is the answer. So this is how we solve this question. So this was linear equations topic, and I hope this topic is now more clear. Thank you.